4:13 p.m. I'll open the meeting for Town of Hanson Board of Health. Today, Tuesday, June 17th, held in the second floor hearing room, Hanson Town Hall, 542 Liberty Street. Present, Marlene Diaz, Kevin Perkins. Meeting's being recorded. First order of business is approved Board of Health minutes from May 20th, 2025 meeting.
Yeah, I will make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item is set the next meeting dates.
Yes. So these are the dates that I came up with. It's 4 to 5 weeks between meetings. So let me know if you have, and I tried to work around any town meetings or anything and holidays. July 15th, August 12th, September 16th, October 14th, November 18th, and December 16th. Does that seem to work for you guys?
Just me. I'm sure I don't have any conflicts.
The only one would be the 14th of October. That's Columbus Day weekend. Well, the Tuesday after Columbus Day. I might be gone that weekend, but that's okay.
Would you be back by Tuesday?
Probably not.
We can't do the week before because it's town meeting.
We'll still have 2 members. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I don't even know if I will be gone.
Okay.
I typically do go somewhere.
Lucky you.
The weekend into the week.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, but that's fine with me.
Okay. You might not go anywhere.
We just checked that.
Definite maybe.
Definitely, maybe. We can always revisit it.
Whatever happens, he won't be here.
Yeah, we can always revisit it. Like if Peter's not going to be here.
Well, I know that's what
gonna
we just have to
we
ask
can-
Peter, and
yeah.
then if that's the case,
Yeah.
The date approaches, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
we can get rid of it.
All right. So I'll go to the well permit application for 474 Main Street. I have the application in front of me. It's for an irrigation well. It is being installed by J&Q out of Pembroke. They have a proposed location on the northeast corner of the lot, looks like, right rear of the lot. Looks like they're meeting all setbacks. The only requirement would just be we require just an as-built of the well location after it's drilled and installed.
Yep.
I don't see any problems with it.
Okay. I will make a motion that we accept the application for the well permit at 474 Main Street.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye. Okay. So we're all set.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
I think we did that. Back to Teresa.
I don't know if there's a spot for us to
Thank
sign
you.
on the bottom of that. I don't know.
Is there a spot?
Yes.
Oh, for all of us?
Yeah, just at the bottom there. So we have a fee waiver request for the senior center septic system.
Yes. So they have an installer that's going to be doing the work. So it would be for him to pull the application, not for his application or their application, but just for the $300 to their connecting new pipes or something, right?
Yeah,
They're expanding?
they're connecting the new building.
They're putting a new building up.
Septic system. It's 2 prefabricated buildings.
I don't have any problem with that as long as that fee is going to make its way back to the senior center and it's not going to end up like, into the bill essentially of what they're charging. You know what I mean? If they've already given a price and a bid.
No,
that
because the
contains
person-
permit fees.
So they were going to have one company do it.
Mhm.
That person is unable to do it now because of time delays. So somebody else is coming in that's not even currently permitted. So they don't even know what any of the fees are. So they shouldn't.
But I'm just saying if they gave a price for X that included.
But she's
the
saying they
entire
haven't.
job.
She's saying it's a new person, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I can double check with Charlie Baker on that.
Right, but this new person that's doing it, I'm assuming is
You
already
think he
been
would incorporate the
awarded
price?
their bid, and that would be part of their bid.
Mhm,
You know, if they
mhm,
priced
mhm.
out
Right.
$25,000, that's
Right.
inclusive of permits, everything, they're not gonna be typically going and charging
I getcha.
fees on top of that, so
Right.
if we're discounting that amount, it's essentially
You wanna make sure
discounting
that
the
they
install. I
get
wanna
it.
make sure that the senior center actually
Gets it
sees
back.
that discount amount.
Okay, I
That would
getcha.
be my only
Right.
input on
But
that.
that's not included in their bill.
Okay. I will,
I don't believe it is, but we'll check. the
yeah, I'll
details.
reiterate that with, Charlie Baker.
Yeah.
Let me see, where am I? Yeah,
But I don't have a problem, as long as that fee
Yep.
amount makes its way back to them.
When are they starting that work?
they've already
Got it.
started site work.
Have they?
The buildings are coming in July.
Is it going to the back? Sort of,
Kind of a side in the back.
The side in the
I
back?
thought it was gonna be totally in the back, it's like it's coming off the side. I think it's what, 42 by 60 or something like that. There's two separate units coming in prefab.
And this is for the disposal works permit?
Correct.
See, okay, so do we wanna make a motion to waive the disposal works permit fees?
Yep.
For the senior center?
I will make a motion that we waive the disposal permit fees for the senior center septic system,
Okay,
along with the caveat that they are gonna be getting that $300.
yeah,
And they're gonna charge that.
whatever the amount is, that they actually see that discounted amount.
Yes.
On their invoice or whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Right.
Okay, we
So
have,
can I just interrupt for 1 second?
your
So, we had the, well, never mind, keep going then.
No, let's,
So, with the transfer station budget, there's been some confusion.
we're not there yet. Is this gonna be a long conversation?
Okay,
really?
Well,
It's
just
a-
because
it's a split.
it'll get Chris out of here faster.
Oh,
Well, Chris wants to discuss that other issue that we're having too, so.
Okay,
you interrupt?
If you wanna
No,
go,
no,
you wanna
I
go to
just-
that
I
now?
never mind.
Let's
Wanna
do,
that now?
let's do the
okay,
Wilbur permit.
The what?
Wilbur,
Oh,
Wilbur.
Wilbur.
1 o'clock. Got me to
Wilbur.
pig permit. All right, so next up we have a pig permit for 92 South Street. And this has been on our agenda for
Yeah.
it was on last month, but
No, it wasn't on last month. It was supposed to be on last month, but
Oh, it didn't
when I
make
was redoing it, I accidentally dropped it off
okay.
the agenda and.
All right. Now, is my understanding that this area is not zoned?
So, our job is to look at this from a Board of Health perspective.
Right.
So, if you look at the zoning bylaws, it says that piggeries aren't allowed in a residential district. They're
Okay.
allowed in a residential agricultural district. This is in a residence A, I believe.
That's the part I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
as far as
Is it?
our regulations and stuff, I mean, I just wanna make sure that we're not, giving someone false hope that we issue them a permit and we're taking their money.
And then the zoning
And then
department's
they-
not gonna let them do it.
So, my thought, again, that's a decision that they have to make really.
Right,
That's- That,
Right.
which in a situation like this, it doesn't seem like it's really a problem, but if you grant a permit to allow someone to do it, there's no difference in having someone go and drive saying, I wanna have.
I wanna have two, yeah,
And it can turn into a real issue.
that's right, if you're gonna do it. So,
But-
what areas would it be allowed in Hanson?
So I would think that if you were actually, a farm or agricultural and you had enough area that you were actually devoted to that and taxes that in that assessment.
Yep.
I think that would obviously be allowed. A residential agriculture, an RA or AR district, that is allowed. But a residence A, I don't have the zoning bylaws in front of me, but it specifically says piggeries are not allowed, and I believe a residence A, residence B,
Doesn't say a double A, yeah.
a double A, they're allowed in the RA district.
Do we have a lot of areas in Hanson that are already?
I mean, there's enough. I mean, this is a zoning.
I know the land in front of me is agricultural.
So,
I
like
don't know if it's
yellow
residential.
here,
Yep,
yellow is residence double A.
okay, so
White's
no,
residence
no
A.
piggeries.
No, so basically the area code would be green. That's like these areas here.
Okay, so
Not-
there are some areas.
There are some, not a lot, but that's where it would actually be allowed that you could. And so in the zoning bylaws, I did look it up, and Teresa looked it up too, I think that,
Mhm.
so it doesn't define what a piggery is. So.
So
if it doesn't-
piggery's 1, 2,
So
3.
it doesn't define it, so you go and look in Webster's dictionary, one of those, and it says a place where pigs are stored.
Right, it doesn't give
So
a
number?
number,
Could-
1,
it
2,
could be-
3, or 4, no.
singular, 2, 3, 4.
I know, we had pigs as a kid.
But
So
in
Kevin,
our,
check,
That was before zoning.
Kevin, check.
in ours, on our form,
Yep.
it says shall permit no more than 2 pigs. More than 2
Okay.
pigs shall be considered a piggery, but this could conflict with zoning. And
Because
that's the only thing I have concern with.
pigs, 1 pig could be considered a piggery under zoning, not under us.
We
Because
have,
ours
That's the
is-
definition.
we have one
Under the
pig in
definition
Hanson,
of
it's a therapy pig. So Kevin, right behind her house is 61 alien. I was just thinking about this.
I thought her, where she's at. I'm gonna look and see where she's at.
South.
92
This-
South.
South Street here, she's here.
92
that's
South.
Street.
She's.
Yeah, so it's right in here somewhere, yeah.
She's right
So
in
this
here.
white, it's all residence A.
That's what I was saying.
Which is specific that it says it's not allowed. I guess the question is, does 2 pigs classify as a piggery? And that's more a zoning decision to make that
My suggestion
I
would
just
be
don't
to
know what
send
to
it
do with it.
to zoning and
It
ask,
would just be a determination for the zoning enforcement officer.
well, then we know we're not going against
And there's
the
a note
rules
from
by
in there.
giving her
There's a note from Mike.
We did get it.
a
They
permit.
did.
So this is,
See, I'd rather.
so this
check
is,
with zoning.
this is the language that it says in the zoning bylaw. So it's section, 6B1E, except piggeries shall not be allowed in this district, residence A, double A. Piggeries, but it doesn't define what a piggery is.
Okay.
But, I mean, obviously the intent is not to have, you know,
We don't
pigs
know
in
if
your
she's having
backyard
more
or
than
Golden
one.
Drive, or, you know.
She wants 2?
She has to.
Oh. Okay.
This is a general bylaw, of farm animals. Must be fenced in, tethered,
Yep.
blah, 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 from staying in other people's property. Not allowed in residence A, double A, unless it's a kennel, which is by special permit to the ZBA.
There should be an email in there from Mike.
Yeah, that was this one
That's
right
the
there.
one he was reading, except it seems as if she would have to go to the ZBA. The way I'm reading this, it's saying that not allowed in a residence A or double A unless it's a kennel, which is special permit through the ZBA.
So she'd have to file a special permit through zoning?
Yep, Board of Health
In order to have
regulations also do apply.
I think it would need a variance from that, I
A
think, personally, from a
yeah,
zoning
yeah.
perspective, I do.
Right.
Not ours, I mean,
No.
I think we have the jurisdiction to give a permit, I just don't
But
wanna.
I don't wanna give her a permit
Give
in
someone
an
a
area
permit
where
that's
it's not allowed.
potentially a violation.
And like he said, start a precedent of,
Right, no, I get it.
you can live anywhere and have it. So that clearly says you have to go to the ZBA and get a special permit.
Okay, so what do you want the minutes to reflect? The board recommends that the applicant,
That she
File.
apply for a special permit through ZBA.
Well, not
Or-
necessarily that they apply for a special permit, I think that, I don't think we should make a decision on it until they get, you know, confirmation, either approval or denial that they can do it. Confirmation that they have approval from zoning to do it.
Okay.
okay,
Never mind.
Who?
Well, no, I'm just thinking about this. She's right by White Oak Brook, she's on the side of White Oak Brook. And that's
She is?
agricultural right here, so.
Yeah, but it's not her property.
It's not her property. Her property's not on. Her
In order to
property's
be
right up the street.
In order to be classified as agriculture, you need, I believe, 5 acre minimum.
She's like right, no, that's Reed. Nope, wait a minute. Where's South?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Takes a little research. I don't know.
We can ask him if he wants to get in on this
That's
conversation.
Reed, but that's not.
Was he looking for you?
yes, he's looking for you.
Oh,
Go out that way.
Okay.
let me find
I don't know.
South Street again.
Okay, so, I'm just gonna say the board suggests the applicant discuss with the zoning board of appeals if they are required to apply for a special permit.
Well, the first step would be to get, you know, a decision from the zoning enforcement officer on the use, if it's allowed. If it is, and he wants to grant that permit, that's within his jurisdiction, he can. And then at that point, if he's okay with it, we can
I'm knocking
follow
things
suit,
over.
but if it's not, in his opinion, allowed, then what would need to happen, then they'd have to go in front of the zoning board for relief. From that.
Right.
But I mean, I personally don't have a problem with it. It looks like they already have some sort of farm agricultural use of what they're doing there.
Yeah, but
But-
is what they're doing there, she doesn't need a permit for? Do you know what I mean?
Right, right. I just don't
Is that-
wanna
I don't-
give them a false hope by approving something that,
Then,
Might
and
have
then
a
we
problem down the
can't,
road.
because it creates a conflict someplace else.
Right.
Yeah, he does. Well,
I
he
know
says
she has
it's
goats.
not allowed in a residence A or double A unless it's a kennel, which is by special permit through ZBA.
That's, she's
Yeah.
gotta go to ZBA.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we don't have
I'm trying to
we only
think what
have
else she has.
we only have pigs and horses are the only permits that we require. So
She has goats.
goats.
I know she has goats, but I
chickens,
does
any of
she
that type
still
of
have,
stuff.
I thought she had horses too.
I don't think she has horses anymore.
No?
She's
I
mainly,
know in the beginning she had horses.
yeah, she's mainly a goat breeder. She might have a pony or something like that, but she's mainly goats to transfer
Oh,
all
I know,
over.
I think her
Oh,
products are
country,
made
yeah.
out of goat milk.
Yeah, goat stuff, so.
I would say that the answer is ZBA. Because
Yeah.
it says she can do it in that area if she has a special permit. We can't give her a special permit.
yeah, I think this is pretty much what we came up with last time we discussed it, that we can't really consider this without proper zoning approval.
Right,
Okay.
yep.
And
So
whether
sure.
whether that's right from the zoning enforcement officer and he's okay with it and he thinks it's in confines of the bylaws, or if he doesn't agree with it and then he sends them to zoning and they look for, relief from that.
Okay.
And if they're granted that from zoning, then at that point we'd
We
have
could,
the
then
opportunity
we
to-
could,
Okay.
we'd have the opportunity to
Okay.
review the application, but I don't think that we should really make a decision on it without
without knowing,
knowing
yeah, we can't override
if
what
it's gonna be
zoning,
approved.
the zoning rule,
Okay.
the bylaw.
Okay.
So I don't know if we need to make a decision on this, on the application.
I would say the minutes maybe should reflect that we discussed it and
Yeah,
send it to ZBA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not vote,
right.
Yeah,
but
you
just
can't-
that we discussed it.
yeah, if that's the route you're going, then
Yeah,
and then after it clears through zoning
can come back
officer
to
or zoning,
Yeah.
it can come back to us.
yeah, I think they need zoning approval for us to actually consider this, and we
Okay.
can reconsider it if they do get that.
Okay.
Because what she's done now, she's created, she has a drive around zoo now, excuse me, the goats and the rabbits and all
Well, I know
that
she
stuff.
has like goat yoga.
Yeah, all that stuff, so, yeah, she does very good. She's very, very thoughtful.
Okay.
We on 6 now?
So, yeah, transfer station budget and operating hours.
Teresa, you were gonna say something about it. I don't even know what's going on there, so.
So I went downstairs to double check with the town accountant that we needed to cut 4 hours from each person at the transfer station and therefore cut the hours of the transfer station.
Mm-hmm.
We do not need to cut the hours of the transfer station. The budget, because I went through and cut the budget back in March
Right,
by $27,000.
that's right.
The board approved it. For some reason, there must have been a lapse in communication downstairs or something. But it has since been cleared up, and the budget that you guys looked at back in March
Is the budget,
is the budget.
with nothing cut.
Well, right, well, it was with cuts. It was, the
Minimum.
most significant cut is to the part-time, like, fill-in attendant. There's only, it went from $22,000 to $1,000.
For the fill-in?
For the fill-in.
So that means we can't have Brian cover.
Well,
No,
it's up to $1,000. He usually only does, a day here, a day there.
I think he's like 1,200 for the year.
Yeah,
That's
so,
still not enough to cover.
But I mean, just gonna have to go.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to cover. That's a big
Keep
whack.
one lane open and
I know,
safely
but
instead of having
it's-
multiple lanes. Just to
it's, pick your poison.
Yeah, I wondered,
Do permanent people or fill-in?
like,
He's
Right.
he's semi-retired, so he's like, I don't care. You can cut me completely.
Right. So it's the same that you guys voted on last time. And, another thing that, Household Hazardous Waste Day went from 3,000 to 1,500. So,
So,
You-
oh, you mean they cut it
yeah, we
from
cut it.
3,000 to, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I went through line by line and cut. So we cut $27,000 out of that budget.
That was when we were trying to cut 10%.
Yes.
yes,
We were asked to
Right.
try to cut, and we got
Yeah.
down to like 7-ish, somewhere in
Yeah.
there, I think.
Yeah. Just like 8%.
so that is now 1,000 down from 3.
Yeah.
So that means we're gonna have to
It's 1,500. So, yeah,
do,
I
we're
don't,
gonna have to do authorizations. We're
so
gonna have to control that.
authorizations, and go into the grant money. The grant money's gonna have to be used for it, to pay,
Can we use the grant money for that?
for certain things we can. You
I
know.
would think for the hazardous waste day, we'd have to.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
But again, the grant money that we got this year is significantly less than what we've received in
Everybody.
past years.
everybody got
Right.
probably half of what they got the year before.
We don't care what everybody else gets.
I'm just telling
We
you,
don't care what we-
everybody got cut.
Yeah, but like significantly
And
less.
it was stupid things that they like changed categories
Mhm.
and things you used to get a point for.
Yeah,
You didn't get a point,
right.
but you went to this category and you could have got a point, but you didn't know you needed to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that was the one thing. So the good news is new hours need to be cut, which is awesome. The other thing that, is falling under the transfer station, under the current highway contract, the highway contract people get half a holiday the day before Thanksgiving. So the day before Thanksgiving for most highway is Wednesday.
Right,
For our two employees that fall under the Board of Health,
It would be
it's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
right.
So, those two employees are requesting to move that holiday for just those two employees to Easter Sunday. So instead of closing, because if you do it on the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, that means the transfer station would be open all day Monday, half a day Tuesday, and then closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not open again until Sunday, and it's
Saturday.
Saturday, I mean, and it's Thanksgiving, so people have a lot of stuff to throw out. Whereas if you do it on Easter Sunday,
It's a ghost town.
It's-
Excuse me, it's a ghost town.
right, and we usually get calls, is it open Easter Sunday?
Yeah,
Is it
and
open Easter Sunday?
we had talked
They
about
still have
last
it
year
every half
about
day.
Easter
It's
Sunday.
Still half a day, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Right, we had talked about it,
It's less of an impact for residents if it's on Easter Sunday.
but it's a religious holiday, not a holiday. Because somebody asked last year.
Christmas is a religious holiday.
Christmas is, yeah.
Not,
Christmas is a religious holiday, no matter how you slice it. Maybe not
but
for
it's a
you.
legal federal holiday. It's not a state holiday and it's not a federal holiday. Yeah, and we close the day after Thanksgiving because we can't afford to be open.
Right. So if you're trying to make
trouble.
less of an impact on residents, Easter
Mhm.
Sunday is less of an impact because you're open a regular schedule with the exception of the Sunday. Whereas if you do it the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, that's a long time to be closed.
Oh, it is. It definitely would be a long time to
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
It's just because
So only you guys get to make that decision. It's in the contract for the Tuesday.
it's in
I
the contract
spoke-
for the Tuesday, or it's in the contract
It's in the
that they get?
contract, it's in the contract for the Tuesday. The union has no issue if the board votes to move it to Sunday. I spoke with the union rep and he said that's fine. Lisa is the one that brought it up to us last week, to our attention, to say, can you put it on the agenda?
So this is a suggestion from the select board to do that?
I don't know where it initiated, do you know?
We proposed
During
it to the
negotiations?
union, and the union said, yeah, it has to go to the select board, and then
Okay.
Lisa said, well, the Board of Health sets the hours, so they'd have to approve it.
Mhm.
And if you guys approve it, then.
Sure, and that somebody asked for it. Which I know last year, I think they asked for it.
So in the contract, just so I understand correctly, so in the contract it says that they get, it's the working day prior to Thanksgiving?
Half a working day, so it's labeled as working day, so it's the working day before Thanksgiving.
Before
whatever day
Thanksgiving.
it falls on, which would be Tuesday for us.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Wednesday for everybody else that falls under that contract.
right,
Yeah, there was a big
Because
mix up with all
they don't have
that.
the Wednesday, Thursday off.
And
right.
no one really comes in on that Sunday. There's probably about like 15 people throughout the whole day on Easter Sunday. I mean, not everybody celebrates Easter, so I mean, it's usually just that handful of people. I mean, half a day. Usually the second half of the day, it's a ghost town.
So instead of having a half a day on the Tuesday, that would be a full day,
Yes,
and you do a half a day on
Easter Sunday.
Easter
And then would, if approved by the board, would put up notices weeks in advance about that happening on Easter, which usually seems to work pretty fine.
I mean, it's just a matter of swapping days. It's not at any expense to us, I wouldn't think.
No, same.
And if it's not a problem with the union or the select board, I mean, I don't personally have a problem with it, do you?
I guess my question is, would we continue to do this moving forward, or
Yes,
would
it
we
would be
vote
writ-
on it every year?
No, it'd be written into the contract. They're in negotiations right now, so that line would change in the contract. So, yeah, it would be moving forward starting in fiscal year 26, which is July 1st. But the contract's not gonna be ratified that soon. But yeah, it would be moving forward, and it would be every year. You wouldn't have to vote on it. It's a one-time thing because it would be
Part of the contract.
it would be
so
part of the contract.
their portion of the contract would be changed so that it wouldn't be the Tuesday.
Right, it would be written in
Sunday.
Yeah,
as
it'd be just
Easter
written as
Sunday, correct.
excluding transfer station, which would be.
Right.
And then,
Which would then it would
Right,
have
so that,
instead of the Tuesday.
yeah, like the admin contract, we have different things that
Right.
exclude, like library and, Kiwani and that type of thing, so it's
Just them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I guess, it doesn't matter to me.
But as far as like operational and I mean, the employees are obviously in favor of it. Doesn't sound like the select board has a problem with it.
No, well, because they said it's not under their control. I mean,
Right,
Lisa
right.
has to negotiate.
No, right, I understand.
Yeah,
But,
it's not
I mean,
under their control.
you know, as far as operational of the transfer station, I mean, Chris is telling us that he thinks it would be better suited to be open
'cause
that
the-
Tuesday
the-
before
Me and
Thanksgiving.
Johnny have just been splitting it, and we just
Yeah.
use half a day.
Yeah.
I
Vacation,
can imagine that
which
it's
is
gonna
like-
be busy the Tuesday.
And there's like, I come in there for the morning, there's like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, same thing at the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I would think after Thanksgiving's gonna be busy, but.
Right,
Right,
exactly,
Right,
exactly, and it
Tuesday
would,
even before Thanksgiving, so that'd be
Everybody's
busy.
cleaning up.
People are out shopping.
And then is
That's fine.
Is Easter Sunday gonna be, I mean, it doesn't really sound like it's gonna be a deal breaker either way.
And on any given Sunday, you can never tell what's gonna happen. You'll have spurts of it being busy, and then it's dead. So, yeah, I don't
I don't see it being very impactful to the public, in my opinion. I mean,
they'll be off doing something else anyway. They'll be looking for the transfer station.
Alright, so do we wanna take a vote on that, or?
yes, oh yeah, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we move the half day prior to Thanksgiving from Tuesday to Sunday.
Easter
Oh,
Sunday.
Easter Sunday, yeah, Easter Sunday, the week of Easter Sunday.
Okay, I'll second that motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So that covers the budget and the operating hours.
Mm-hmm,
Which are not gonna change.
correct.
I have one more piece of transfer station
Sure.
information. This is pertaining to the oil oil container.
Yeah.
So, in the past, we've had Sin Energy take our oil, for recycling, and the new company bought it, and their testing procedure has changed, and it's more intense, I guess. And this last oil test, tested positive for, chlorine contamination. And I think I sent a copy to them. I just sent it to them right before I got here. And I believe it was for,
I have that now.
perchlorine, which is solvent.
I have that now.
Yes. It's basically a degreaser. So there was, someone must have mixed degreaser in with cleaning parts with their oil.
Did they retest it? 'Cause I know they tested it once and
They took two samples, both of them passed, and then they took a test at their lab in Stoughton. It failed there, and then they sent it out to another lab, and they identified it as perfluoroethylene.
So what?
Is that chlorine?
It's a chlorinated solvent made out of petrochemicals like oils. It's basically in
Not
like,
something that should have been dumped in there.
no, but I can understand how easily it would get in there. It's an over-the-counter degreaser, like the stuff you degrease parts with.
Like degreaser, brake clean, something of that
Something
nature,
like
yeah.
that, yeah. So I also have a suspicion I know the refrigeration company comes in and reclaims refrigerant, and this is just a hypothesis because of one time the guy asked me if he could dump his oil from sucking the Freon out from the refrigerator oil in the system in there.
Yeah.
Those also have those in it. So I'm also going to suggest that, well, first we need to have a special pump done on the oil container to resume oil day. And Teresa had mentioned it's getting close to the end of the fiscal year, and we want to try to slide this in.
Do we have money? Because we don't have any money.
Well,
budget.
They told me it probably, our normal calls are about $600. They said it could probably cost up to about $1,000 to have it cleaned.
Because they're going to have to remove everything that's in there that's contaminated.
Yeah, it can't go in the oil truck, so they'll bring a pump truck, but they'll pump it into individual barrels, and they'll take the barrels with them.
Because it's hazardous.
Yeah, well, it's not hazardous, it's just,
Contaminated.
they can't put it in a waste oil burner.
Right.
So it has to be treated differently.
I think I said to Chris, if it's gonna be done, it needs to be done before June 30th.
Right. And is
Because
that impossible?
we-
We really don't have any money.
After July 1st, we really don't have any money.
Right.
I'm trying to check.
I
to see
mean,
what we
I'm
have
gonna
in
be
there
off the
now.
next 2 days. I don't know if you guys, I gave you the email. You can reach out to the woman I spoke to and see if you can coordinate a fast pickup.
Do you have it, Kel?
Because I mean, we have
Just-
2
just
weeks to
send that to
rectify
me, so.
before we get a
But this
bill
has
done.
been longer than, when did they test? At least a week and a half ago.
Yeah, they tested it the last week. I think it was like May 17th or something. They came in and tested it. And then I called them, and then they said, yeah, we're gonna send it out to the lab, and then they never followed up with me. So this week I've been bothering them. I said, if I don't hear from them by the end of next week, I'm calling them Monday. I've been bouncing back and forth, trying to get a hold of different people. Finally, I got a hold of the right people this afternoon. And then they said they'd get back to me. They never got back to me again.
Can you give that information to Gil so Gil can follow up on it and
I
get something
forwarded the
scheduled?
email that I received
Yeah.
with the information to Teresa and Gil.
So we do have money in the solid waste facility maintenance line that we could use.
Okay. We need to get it done right away though.
Uh-huh, yeah, cause there's $4,000 in that line, the line's, as of July 1st,
Zero.
being cut to 500. So
So
it
we
needs
need
to
to
be
do it now.
done before July 1st. And then the invoice, would they leave that invoice with you?
No, but we can explain to them this is critical, that has to be. that has
It's
to be-
critical that it needs to be done,
And-
by June
yeah,
30th, and then
and-
I need the invoice
But
by,
you can try to get them tomorrow, right?
like, the
Yeah.
3rd, because the last day to submit invoices is July
I'll tell them
7th,
it
or
has
else
to
they
be
have
done
to
by
wait
June-
till
you
October
guys have
town
to have the
meeting.
invoice by June 30th.
Huh?
Before
Yeah.
June
Well,
30th.
you could tell them when you set it up. We need
So
you
Chris,
to pick up
are they
and
gonna
get
do
an
another
invoice.
test?
The thing is I asked about another test, and then I called them again and said, hey, can I get another test? And then they got back to me with this email, not mentioning another test. But if we do another test too,
It's
that
gonna
could take
push,
time.
yeah,
It's
it's
gonna
gonna
push
push it out.
we still have to clean it up.
If it fails, again, we're
Then-
gonna have to pay.
We're gonna be the same.
And we're not gonna be, and it's gonna
We
be the
don't have
next
time.
fiscal year, and we're not gonna
So
have the money.
When did this?
I think we should take a sample as we're having it pumped and have it tested after, and then file for reimbursement if they, I think that would.
How long has this company been doing it?
Murphy just took over Sin, like I just received I think the end of April.
Okay, so I'm envisioning this being an ongoing expense with this company if they're,
It's
testing
access
that,
more
they're
stringent.
basically turning it down, declining it.
I think it's required by the state, though.
It is, but what I'm saying is I can see this being an ongoing issue because how are we gonna control what's getting dumped into that to be able to monitor it? That what we're allowing people to dispose of is not contaminated. I can just envision this being an ongoing
think we
expense
should-
on our end.
But we've
I
never
mean-
had an issue before.
But it's a new
Because the other
company.
company wasn't as stringent on
Stringent?
testing, and now
Think so?
this company
I think-
that's doing it is,
If we could look into maybe testing equipment for me to use up there,
Do we,
possibly,
so how often are we accepting oil up there?
first
First
Saturday, once a
Saturday
month, so
of
we
the
got
month.
12 oil collections a year.
First Saturday once a month.
But
I hate
are
to
we
ask it,
clear?
but I hate to ask it, but are we required to accept that? Are we required to take waste oil?
No, but
No.
it's a service that we provide.
It's a service we provide, but if this gets to a point where it's an expense to us because some people aren't,
Careful.
careful and not doing things correctly, that it's costing us money, we can't afford to keep doing it.
Right.
I think that we shouldn't cut it prematurely, but I think
No,
going
but-
forward, if this
How-
continues, I do understand, and I agree with what
But
you
we
said.
can't be paying an extra $1,000 every month because
No, absolutely.
Somebody- right.
because the vendor that's taking the waste oil from us is saying it's contaminated, we have to pump it, we have to pay another
Yeah, and I
$1,000.
do believe we should try to see if we can
What?
curb it before we stop.
I mean, everywhere
Yeah,
you purchase
yeah.
oil, they legally have to take the waste oil back. You go to AutoZone to buy oil.
I was just
for-
gonna ask you, where else can you go?
They have to take it back for nothing. It can't be contaminated, same thing, it can't have coolant mixed in, it can't have brake clean mixed in, but they legally, if you go buy a gallon of oil from AutoZone, do an oil change, they legally have to take that waste oil back.
Okay.
And that's why I'm asking, I hate to cut,
So it is
That's
not,
I hate to cut a service if,
we're not the only show in town.
I mean, I wouldn't cut it yet, but if it
I
happens
would.
again, cut it.
We're
No.
not gonna, like,
We
we're
can't
literally,
We can't
Let's
afford to
just-
hear about
let's-
it again.
Let's follow up on this situation first,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
having a hard time with this as far as I'm saying it's contaminated.
I think if it turns into an issue, we have no option other than cut it, if we can, if
Yeah.
it's in our purview that we can cut that, and we don't have to accept it because we're not selling
We
oil.
don't.
We don't,
We
I don't
don't.
believe that we have to
no,
allow it.
no, it's a
I mean, it's a
service.
service,
No.
it's
It's a
something we're
service.
doing, but
So I think we should get that cleaned out and maybe suspend it until we figure out
Yep.
what we can do. Because how many gallons go out a month?
I'd have
There
to-
was one month
I'd
somebody
have to
didn't-
look at the,
There was one month, I think, the company didn't show up, right?
Yeah, so I have it pumped about quarterly.
Okay.
And so it's about 350 to 400 gallons quarterly.
But the fact that there are other places that people can go, and we can't afford another $1,000 whack, I would rather say, because of contaminants, it's shut down.
And I understand exactly what he's saying. I mean, I worked on a lot of cars when I was younger, and you have an oil drain bucket,
Right.
you're doing a brake job, and you're spraying something down, you're using something.
Right.
And that's what happens. You get a little bit of mix, you get different things in it. And then what
AutoZone can
happens?
afford to pay.
And what
clean
they'll
it up.
actually do, they'll actually test the oil sometimes that you bring back waste oil.
Yes.
They'll say, no, we can't take this, or yeah, we
So
can.
then you have to go and find some place to get rid of it. Yeah, I really would rather suspend it.
well, let's,
Let's take care of this
See-
issue in hand.
like,
yeah,
have
that-
it cleaned, as long as they can do it no later than June 30th, and then we get the invoice by like the 3rd. And then if it happens again, revisit it, add it to the agenda and go from there.
If it happens again, how do we pay for it?
Well,
We can leave it in there.
That's
not-
my
We
concern.
can leave it in there
Leave it in
and
there.
close it and say, until we have money to clean it, we're not doing
We're
anything.
never gonna have money to clean it.
But at that point, if we're not gonna do it, you want
Then
this thing
you
empty
want it
and
to be
clean,
empty
so you
because
can get rid of it.
They're
Yeah,
coming
because if it
empty
starts
now.
to leak, then you got a bigger problem.
Right,
So,
so,
in this email you sent me now, is that the contact of the person that everybody?
Contact
I haven't read it
the
yet,
person
so-
I was talking to, that is their email.
Okay.
And their name is, I believe it is Tara Flavin.
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna be
So where did
empty.
you leave it with her?
I
I
really.
said, I have to have the board discuss this, I can't authorize anything, the board has to authorize any additional payments.
So she's at Sin and Stoughton.
Huh?
She's at Sin and Stoughton?
It's not.
It's Murphy and Stoughton.
It's actually, they are, I think they're Safety Clean.
So
Like
Safety
ours.
Clean. So this
Oh.
product that's in that tank is basically a Safety Clean product. So that's.
Who owns the tank up there? Do we?
Yeah,
We do. If it's a liability, we own it.
We've had,
Just turns out
we've
that
had it,
way.
going on, what, 25 years now?
What, the oil container?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was put in '94.
All right, I'll
A
call
lot of
them all.
people get stickers just to use that
Yeah.
container too.
This isn't,
If
an
it's a-
ordinary situation.
If it's
It's
an
not.
extra $1,000, even if it's 2
I don't
times a
think we-
year, like, we don't have that
But
kind
that
of
would
money.
be, if you're saying you pump that thing quarterly, in this new company that started in
Yeah,
April.
so that's $4,000 a
This,
year.
I'm telling you, this is what's gonna happen every time you go to.
That's what he's
pump it.
saying. It's gonna
No, I
be
agree.
contaminated,
It's
so.
every time they test that and go to pump that tank quarterly, they're gonna say, you owe us this much money, it's contaminated, because there's no way.
They can clean everything out. They're pulling it out.
There's no way that is gonna be straight, motor oil or something.
It probably hasn't
It's just
been.
odd that because
Because it's a new company.
it was,
They're more
Sin,
stringent.
Sin was purchased by Murphy, but they all fall under Clean Harbors. So it's really still Clean Harbors, correct?
Who owned the contract to pick our stuff up before they merged?
Sin
Sin had it for
has
years.
been
Okay,
had it forever.
So Sin wasn't as strict about their testing.
But they all fall under the same umbrella as,
now.
right?
They're all the same company.
Yeah.
But
They're
when
all-
did that happen?
I think Sin has been under Clean Harbors for some time.
But I'm questioning the way they tested it too. I don't think they tested it appropriately.
Yeah.
Because when he
It's
came
not
up,
done.
It just sounds like it's gonna turn into a total nightmare.
the other company used to, a brand new plastic jug out, unwrapped, dipped it in,
Yeah.
took some out, put it in, snapped the vials and dumped all the chemicals in and tested it, and it passed. This time, he came in, there was a plastic plunger at the back of his truck, sitting in a pile of greasy intermix.
So how do you know it wasn't already
That's why
contaminated?
I'm
Right.
saying this. And he pulled it up, and I'm like, that thing's covered in oil. He's like, oh, it's just water and oil.
How much are those testing kits? Like the
I
kit
tried
that
to
he
find them
uses?
online. I don't know what they call it.
Let's
I
do
think we
this.
should keep it as
Let's
simple
barrel
with
this
this
up.
company and
Yes.
explain to them that if this is gonna be at an expense to us, that we can't afford it, and that we're gonna have no other option than to stop
Stop.
accepting oil and to have to forgo the whole program that we have.
Right.
Yeah.
And whatever they wanna do as far as testing and stuff is on them, but we can't be affording to quarterly be paying additional money because it's, whatever the testing procedure is, whether it's a false positive or what, but regardless of what it tests, we just don't have the money to do it. So if it can't be done at no expense, no additional expense, then we can't continue to keep doing it.
Yeah.
What I see,
So,
Better call them, barrel it up,
yeah,
if necessary, if it's still bad,
But-
they'll store the
But you
barrels.
can't
You
call,
can't call till
I'm gonna-
Friday.
I'm gonna
So
call-
please
I'm gonna
call
call,
tomorrow and
okay?
set it up
Let's-
so it can happen
Let
before
me
the
get
end of the
this thing
month.
squared away, all
I
right?
do have
Barrel it up,
on hold asking me about oil day because I suspended it last month
okay,
because it was
It's gonna be suspended
we're
again, I
gonna,
would
we're
think.
gonna clean it out, okay?
Figure it out.
Let's find out exactly what's going on with this. Because it's a petrochemical, I mean, I'm having a hard time with this, okay? Let's barrel it up, pump it up, barrel it
you
up,
see
find out
barrel it
what
up,
it
what do
is.
you mean barrel it up?
He said they were gonna
Yeah.
drain it out and put it into barrels.
And what, leave it on site?
No, they're
Yeah.
taking it with them.
They take
That's
it
what was
back.
being assigned to
They
us
can't
for.
put it in the truck, in other words, because
It would contaminate
because
everything.
it would contaminate all the other oil stops they have.
Yep.
What they do, they'll barrel it up, okay?
Yep.
They might say, look, until we do a next test, store it on site, okay?
I don't think we
I
need
don't
to be
think the
storing
fire
waste
department
oil.
would
They're
allow
not
that.
storing it here.
Oh my
They're
God,
taking it.
please.
They're
Listen to
taking
me.
it.
Listen, okay? They might say, keep it here until we can retest it.
Nope.
All right?
Well,
So this
no.
is what
Okay.
takes place with hazardous
I'm gonna
waste.
play devil's advocate and say, I think fire is gonna have an issue with that.
I'm gonna have an issue with that.
Okay,
Did
whatever.
they
I
tell
don't think
you,
Robbie's gonna think that that's a good idea.
did they tell you that they would barrel it up and take it away?
This is
I don't know if it's an additional cost to barrel it. or
Okay, then
supply
you
the
need to
barrel.
ask. You
Um,
need to ask.
When I
I
talked to the
understand.
truck driver, he said usually they just come and pump it and then clean the truck. And it's just an additional cost to clean the truck.
I would say it's not gonna hurt for us to suspend next month, because that's July 5th. It's a holiday weekend, no one's gonna be around. Just say it's not available
So
until we figure this
So
out.
officially, I'll just tell people it's suspended indefinitely.
I think it's
No.
just,
Figure out what we're going on.
I mean,
No,
if
we have
it's
to clean it.
Yeah.
We have to clean
But I
it.
think we really need to find out what direction we're going.
I know.
We're gonna
Let
clean
me
and
just
dispose of
establish
this
that,
tank.
please.
We still have to do that anyway.
Right, but we don't wanna be using it until.
No, that's what
Yeah.
that would be mine, but we need to figure out what this company's doing.
Yep.
Are they coming, are they emptying it, are they taking those barrels away, and that's what the $1,000 is for? And then after that, we have to decide, okay, can we run the risk of this being contaminated again? We can't afford to do that. Do we close it? And we can do that next month, because we just, on the 5th, it's not open, it's a holiday weekend. People are gonna be someplace else.
Can I also add one thing into that? Like, if
Sure.
you guys are going to end oil day, I suggest you also eliminate antifreeze.
Antifreeze.
Because just having that there is gonna tempt people to wanna dump those contaminants into that.
Yeah.
If
We can look
that's
at
the
that.
case, then we just have to eliminate all avenues.
We can do that.
Contamination.
And then that reduces our costs, because we're paying quarterly, not
If it's not
significantly.
significant, I think, I wanna say it's like $250 or something.
For
If
antifreeze?
memory- If memory serves me, like the thin invoice that I get, it's not,
They said
That's-
last month they charged us $600.
was it 600?
That's at least 4 or 5 times,
Hold on.
3 or 4 times a year.
This is just what she said to me.
No, yeah. I'll have a copy of it.
Hello?
Yeah. Don't be making a mess now.
Make sure you clean up all the crumbs. Now you,
Having a party.
Alright, so
doesn't that make sense? Find out what it is they're offering us.
I think we need to know, like, long-term, what our game plan is here, and, you know, what's our liability as far as expense goes? I mean, are we gonna be in the same position next quarter when
If
we
it's
should have
contaminated.
just done something with it from the get-go?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, I don't think we're required to accept,
No.
We don't have the invoice yet.
We're not.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the IDP.
But I
fund,
think
but
we need to,
I mean, I think it's a nice service, I think it's great,
It is.
but, I mean, one, we don't have money.
No.
Two, we can't have unnecessary expenses like
No.
that. Because there's no way to,
We can't
there's
run
no
the
way
risk.
to enforce it. It's completely unenforceable. We can't, without them physically testing every ounce of fluid that's getting dumped into there, we have no control over the situation.
nope.
And it could be something as simple as someone's not even trying to do the wrong thing, it just,
They just don't realize what they're using
Yeah, so
something
this-
that's contaminating it.
you know,
Yeah. I really think we need to get the information about when they come to clean it, that we're paying $1,000 for that,
how
where the
full,
barrels go from there.
how full is it now, Chris? Is it full to the top? Is
It's
it
about maybe probably a little over 3/4 of the way.
because of the way, so it's probably about 300 gallons?
No,
280
I'd
gallons?
say it's about 250.
250.
Because
Okay, so
there is sludge at the bottom that
so to the
contains
bottom,
service
that
well.
stays there.
so, I mean, not to get too far off topic, but just as far as that oil tank goes, I would assume that needs to be certified, tested, you know, for leaks, just the same way any other. I know it's not an underground oil tank.
No, but I bet it never has. is what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying.
where I'm going with it. That again, it's another reason to possibly consider that
Stopping.
maybe we should move on from it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great service. I mean, I'm not against it. It just it comes down to money and expenses that we have.
Yeah, it's a dual wall tank, it's a tank within a tank.
Yep.
You know, it was, you know, top of the line when we got it, so.
Right, but back in
But it was top of the line.
In 94.
In
He
1803.
said in 94 when it was put in.
97.
So,
It's a little thing, but.
Let me get control of this tomorrow morning somehow.
But I mean, I think we should look into as far as what are we responsible for as far as certifying that tank or recertifying it.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
know,
sure. I don't
I'm
think-
sure there's a time frame on it. I would think.
Probably.
Oh, it must
I
be.
don't know.
Yeah, it's like a propane tank. You can only use it so many times before, and then it has to
They
be,
expire.
yeah,
I
Right.
would like to see.
same type of
us
thing.
Find out
Or a car seat, or,
what the plan is, once they drain it, where do those barrels go, and what the cost is
Yeah.
gonna be. And then for next month, July 5th, just don't have any oil that day, cause it's gonna be a holiday weekend.
Should we also take another sample for our own for analysis?
Let me discuss that with
He's gonna have to talk to them about that, but that's not gonna
Because
hurt for us to bring
In
it.
the back of my mind also, I'm wondering, this is a new company, if they're just trying to
Right.
hose people.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
wanna say that.
We don't have any
Give
money to
everybody
be
the benefit
hosed
of the
more than
doubt.
once.
But it's just weird, I've never had a problem, and I've worked there for 19 years, and it's never failed until today, when a new company comes in the door.
But it brings up a lot of other issues, like how old is the tank, what's the integrity of the
Right,
tank?
these are other things that maybe we should be considering
Right.
as, you know, as justification as to maybe we should
Whether or
go
not
a
we
different
can,
direction.
we can
Or we
afford
can
to
continue
continue.
to keep doing
So
it.
do you wanna
That's
have
what
it cleaned or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think we should definitely I think we should stop accepting oil for now until we make a decision on what we're
Right.
gonna do.
Yep.
And I think in the interim, I think we should get a price and options on,
We have to have it done by the 30th.
Cleaned, certified,
well, we need to at
Clean,
least have it
empty.
emptied and cleaned.
Right.
Is that to the extent that if we need to, we can have the tank removed?
That's a whole other.
So I don't know if that's something that we can ask them for optional pricing on too, if we decide to not be able to do this because we can't afford it. You know, we'd have to get, obviously, that tank removed.
But we don't have money. We got $4,000 in that line item, and
Mhm.
we're gonna spend $1,000 emptying it and cleaning it. So I think at that point, when you're gonna need it, and that money goes away as of July 1st, it significantly is reduced. So I
Mhm.
would doubt that we can get it cleaned and removed before the 30th.
well, at
We
least
don't
cleaned.
necessarily-
We can get it cleaned.
Yeah, it
get
definitely
it
needs to be
cleaned.
emptied and cleaned for sure, but I think we should look at the big picture as to
Mhm.
where we're gonna be 6 months from now, a year from now, you know.
We're not gonna be getting a whole lot more.
And if it's not gonna work 6 months from now, why do we continue it now? That's all,
Right.
you know.
But it may be that we don't need to move the tank. I can't believe that's not gonna be expensive. To move that tank.
I mean, typically once oil tanks are emptied and cleaned, that you can dispose of them, you know, they have to be.
Oh, yeah. I had one dragged out of my house. It wasn't cheap. When I got my heating system changed over, they
I did
emptied
the same
it,
thing. I don't
dragged it
think it
out.
was very expensive though. I had to
Huh?
have it pumped out
Yep.
and removed, and I don't
But
think
this
it was
is a much
that
bigger
expensive.
tank. Mine, somewhere between 500, maybe 1,000. But that's a much bigger tank.
I
This
mean,
was
at
this
minimum,
was only 330 gallon
Yeah.
tank.
I mean, at minimum, I think we need to look at our options and
Yeah,
our.
I mean,
Yeah.
From top to
Possible
bottom,
expenses.
that's
Yeah.
500.
Well,
But if
Before we
you
can
go
really
over
make
like
any
450, it'll start
definitely,
coming
I
out
think we should
to
have
the
it cleaned
top
up by
of
the
the
end of the month.
Oh, again, that's.
Absolutely cleaned up.
It's probably about
Cleaned up, but I don't
100
think we should
sludge from
be using
years
it.
of all the
Yeah,
stuff.
But we're not now.
Right.
He stopped using it. He stopped taking stuff.
Yeah, once
No,
it-
oh,
once
no,
it
no,
failed,
and that's why I
that's
said
not
They'd
what
have
they-
it cleaned
they
and
wanna
start
have it.
using it.
No, the
That way.
next date that it would be open would be July 5th. That's why I said it should be closed on the 5th. It shouldn't be open. It's a holiday weekend. Well, you probably won't have people, a lot of people around, but I think it shouldn't be open. It should remain closed
Right.
until we figure out what we're gonna do, or what we can do. But that's gonna be past the point where we'll have money to get rid of the physical tank.
Certified and the cost. Okay, and you're gonna check on that tomorrow, right, Gil?
Yeah.
Just email me, whatever you find.
And hopefully set it up before the 30th, and so we can get an invoice too.
Okay.
That would be helpful. Do we need to take a vote on that, or just the discussion is enough?
Just discussions enough.
So we have one septic plan, 42 Jean Street.
Is that all?
Yeah, unless you have anything else.
No, that was it. I just wanted to make sure I get that in there.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Chris.
Alright, so we have a septic plan application for 42 Jean Street from by McGlone Engineering. It is for a 3-bedroom existing dwelling. So it's a 3-bedroom existing dwelling, 330 gallon per day system. Includes a 15-gallon septic tank, a 1,500 gallon septic tank, a 1,000 gallon pump chamber, and then it looks like it is a pipe and stone system, leaching field. They are looking for,
What we're here?
yes, I'm sorry. So they're looking for a variance to allow the
SIP?
use of a SIP analysis. They're looking for a reduction in the required setback from the,
10 to 6.
from the foundation from 10 feet to 6 feet. And they are looking for a reduction in the required setback from the foundation to the pump chamber from 10 feet to 4 feet.
So what did the reviewer have to say?
So review comments, there's just some notes about,
Some things that had to be corrected.
yeah, it was just, obviously no parking over the leaching field.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there were just some notes, that's all.
Septic
Septic
tank,
tank. Just, there was the distances here, that they must, I don't know if they weren't
something
showing.
to 9. Oh, okay.
10 to 9 and 10 to 6.
Yeah.
And then,
So was this corrected after?
buoyancy
Yes.
calcs, which
Yep.
are on here as well.
Yep.
So it doesn't look like
So they corrected everything that he
it
wanted.
did, yep. That was on, 521.
So it must have come in back on June 8th.
We have a completed application. Yeah, looks like everything's here.
Okay. I will make a motion that we accept the plan for 42 Jean Street.
Okay, I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. What else we got on here? Says transfer station.
Reevaluation form?
So review department head performance evaluation form.
Yes.
Okay, so Peter's not here. I didn't do anything with this.
No, but because I thought you wanted to look at the actual form.
Yeah, that,
Not fill it out.
yeah.
That's what I
so-
thought,
so
that's
that-
what this
yeah,
was.
so that was my thought, was that we can look at the form, make sure it's what we want, what we're all looking for on the form.
you want me
I
to
know we
print
had done
one?
this once before,
Yeah,
but
but
it was a
It's
while
a
ago.
different form. too.
it's a different form. It's a
Alright.
different form, and this is what the department heads use for the town. So,
Okay.
do you have a copy? I didn't
I
go
can-
home and get mine.
I can print a copy.
But it's the one that when they accepted whatever they did for the
The union.
union, it took
Yep.
a little while to get the unions accepted. This was what they put in place for
Okay.
department heads, and then the union has whatever they have.
So we could all get a copy of the form, we'll review the form, and then,
Yeah,
We'll
I think
complete
Peter
them
was
for-
actually said he was gonna send his in this
yeah,
week.
okay, and
Yeah.
then we'll have them completed for our next meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
but I thought you wanted just to look at the form.
Yeah, I would like to just look at the form together, just to make sure that we all understand it.
And then there's a
I think we
separate
had-
form.
I think we had like kind of our own form a while back. that
Yeah,
we
this
used,
is the
didn't we?
universal form that everybody has agreed
Everybody
to.
used it. The first year, 3 years ago, we did.
Okay,
And then last year, we had a form, but they were still working with the union on their form. And at that point, Jill had said that it wasn't the accepted form, but now they have what they use for the town for everybody, union and department head. So and then there's a self-evaluation. That's part of it. Or was that just the inspections?
the schools are in there.
Oh, crap. Before we close, I want to talk about that hazardous waste day.
Okay,
Remember we talked about it last month?
yep.
Okay.
Well, we'll get these forms and then we can look those
Yep.
over real quick and then
Yep.
you can bring that up.
Yes.
Whatever you know about it. Alright, so this is the annual department head performance evaluation form.
Yep.
This is the official town.
This is the official Town of Hanson one.
So we have rankings 1 through 5.
Yep.
1 being poor, 5 being excellent. 2, 3, and 4 obviously in the middle. And then we have different categories. We have individual characteristics, 2 professional skills and status, 3 relations with elected members of the governing body, 4 policy execution, 5 reporting, 6 citizen relations, 7 staffing, 8 supervision, 9 fiscal management, 10 community, and then there's space
And then narrative for F.
narrative and what areas are in need of improvement.
Yeah.
Constructive suggestions, and then miscellaneous comments, it appears.
Yeah, expectations,
So,
goals,
Total of
objectives.
6 pages.
Yep.
So, okay. So, we'll work on these and have them for our next meeting.
Yes, because then we could send them to, Teresa? You look like the deer in the headlights. Remember before you compiled them and just sort of
I haven't
put it all
really looked
together?
at the form to see if like it's compilable.
It should be. It should be.
I mean, we can
Yeah,
email
I
them
can-
to her, but I didn't
What-
know, are we, is that, I'm
There's
just,
just some things that just don't
what's
make
our,
sense to me.
I guess the question is, what is our overall plan with these? Do we wanna have these to go over?
At a
the next-
meeting?
At the next
Oh,
meeting?
yeah. Well,
And
do we,
do that at the
we
end of the
could.
meeting, closed session or executive session or something, just to
because
go over?
she can combine sort of
But
comments
if you're
from
gonna
the
go
three.
over them individually, they're not gonna need to be
Well, that's what I'm
combined.
thinking, rather than making her do that, it's kinda necessary.
It is sticker time, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
she was busy, I couldn't even talk to her the other day when I was in there.
Talking.
She was busy.
Oh, because it's getting close to the end of the month.
It's sticker time, my favorite time of year.
All right.
So,
If,
so I guess if we do that, we should just bring our own with us.
bring her on and we can.
I mean, we can still
discuss
scan
it.
them, whatever, email them to her, so if she
Right.
has a copy, but, and then we can just discuss and go over them.
If you need help next week.
Okay.
Do you need me to stuff envelopes or whatever?
Not yet. I've been able to keep up
Okay.
so
And
far.
then,
You'll hear me crying from
Yo, are you gonna complete one of these too?
Piano? He gets the self-evaluation.
Self-evaluation.
The
He
self-evaluation.
gets a self. Did I send you that?
So that's different than this one, right?
That's different from
There's
this
two
one.
separate ones, yeah.
Yeah,
This
let me
is-
just see if I can find it. I
Alright.
don't think I would have sent it to
I
you.
have it on my thing there, I think. This is kind
Let
of,
me see, I would have gotten it from,
You do have
where
it?
did I get
it's
that?
in my folder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we'll put that on what, the end of next
The
meeting's
next meeting.
agenda?
Yeah.
So we can take
Yeah.
care of all the other stuff first, if we have anyone that's here for our meeting, and then
And then it's
after all
up
that,
to Gil if he wants it open session or executive session, that's up to him.
it does, I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me either.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
The agenda. I haven't started an agenda for July yet.
That's the self-assessment, which I didn't send to you because that was for
Okay.
him.
Yep.
That's a separate
And
one.
Gil, you have a
Get
copy of
from
that?
Lisa.
Yeah, I think I have the correct copy.
I think I left one on his desk.
Yeah.
But I can also, I don't know if you wanna look at what it says. It's all the stuff that he has to do.
Okay.
So.
Alright, so you'll have the self-assessment, and then we'll have our, individual evaluations
And
for
we'll have
next
to bring
meeting
it
to
all
go over.
together.
Yeah, we just put on there, I don't know if we have to put executive session, or just may be held in executive session. I don't know.
It can be,
That's up to him.
it's up to him.
I don't know.
They can be done in
You don't
open
have to,
session
you don't have to
or,
decide, you don't have to decide until
Yeah.
until I post it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's wait and see. I haven't even really gone over it yet.
Yeah.
oh, the self-evaluation?
I just got what, last week or something?
Here's the next one.
And we can keep the, waste oil item on the agenda, well, I mean, transfer station.
I always,
Keep that on there.
transfer station's always under
Yeah,
old
transfer
unfinished, just because something's always popping up.
And then, Arlene, you wanted to talk about the hazardous waste.
The hazardous waste.
Okay, can I just say something too?
Uh-huh.
So in the invoices,
Yep,
I did put through on a separate form that one invoice that you guys talked about last month? Did you give
That might be it.
it's like $2,300
Yes,
for the
that's
fertilizer?
what made me think about it.
2563.
Yeah,
So we're over
yeah,
on that line by,
yeah.
can we take it
200
out of IDP?
I don't know, I'd have to look.
So question on this 2563.
Mhm.
Yes.
What is this? We're looking to pay this?
I don't know, that's what I was gonna say. I put it
You would
through
ask
so
her to
that
hold it.
I can always pull it back, but I wanted to have it so you guys can sign it so that whatever you
So we're
determine.
signing receipt of it, but I'm
So,
not
Gil,
necessarily
did you
in
talk
agreement
to,
pay.
Claire about it?
Claire sent an email. Claire sent an email to you about it. You guys discussed it?
About this?
Yes, about the status waste thing.
It was brought up at the last South Shore meeting, because there was no policy about not allowing people to come more than once in a day. It was just understood that you made an appointment and you only came through one time. And this was the guy that came through 3 times, and what did I tell you? It was 75 pounds of fertilizer?
You said a lot.
It was a lot. I think we should write him and tell him that we got billed for triple the amount and that he needs to pay for, we cover the first 25 loads, that he needs to cover the rest.
I mean, us as the town or us as South Shore Recycling
It's
putting
not, well, no,
putting on the program?
but South Shore Recycling does it for all the towns, so if we're asking South Shore Recycling to pay for it, we're asking 17 other towns to pay a bill for Hanson. She said this happened one other time in Pembroke. I don't know what Pembroke did. I don't know if they just paid it. I don't know. And then the other thing would be,
Well,
if it's, go ahead,
I'm sorry. The whole other thing is how many more hazardous waste days are there?
1 or 2.
I think there's 2.
We could always tell her to restrict no one from Hanson. Because right now we're over. We're about $300 over.
I mean, social recycling, I mean, I'm assuming there's a charge for this, right? Social recycling,
We
can
pay them.
volunteer?
We pay them a fee at the beginning of every year.
Right, so they're paid a fee to run this. And if they're not enforcing rules,
But it wasn't a rule. There was no policy.
The towns all.
It's all the towns,
Yeah.
right.
For this.
So whoever hosts it pays less. Usually there's 2 or 3 towns that get together and they will host it in one place. So that host town pays less and the other 2 towns pay the rest of the, the loading fees or whatever it is.
Yeah. The
And then
setup fee
each
and then
town is individually charged for what their people bring. As the carload is done by the town, and then how much you actually take in. So it's
but
not.
didn't we look at this last meeting when we were talking about it?
You
as
said you
far
wanted
as-
the invoice to be held.
No, right, and I still
Right.
do. I still don't think we should pay it. But didn't we look at the information of hazardous waste day? And
Mhm.
it says that you can, make one trip or something, wasn't it like?
Did you? I didn't see that.
I'm gonna have to go back. I don't remember.
I don't remember it being.
I know I saw
specified.
the new stuff that just came through.
But this,
Right.
but this is gonna be.
It's my understanding that it's whomever's volunteering from wherever the town is being held in, it's their responsibility to police what people are bringing in. And that obviously wasn't done. Because if it was done, we wouldn't have a $2,300 bill.
She talked to the guy twice
Right, and
Yeah.
why did she allow him to come in?
because she didn't know what the policy was. There was no standing policy that said he couldn't come in. So she didn't want to be in the position of saying, well, Hanson says you can't do this, when there was no written policy from South Shore or Hanson saying you can only do this one time, and not allowing him.
Well, so is Hanson allowed to have written policies in regards to South Shore recycling?
No, you could have a written policy considering what you want people, like the authorizations. Most towns, the way they control it is they have authorizations.
Is this,
And
is
it's,
this the
Is that,
Yes.
I must have
Social
emailed it
Recycling
you.
Cooperative?
yes.
So, right on their website, this is what it says. it says, residents of Hanover and Hingham need to bring an authorization form, whatever.
Right.
And it says all of the South Shore recycling cooperative towns will subsidize up to 50 gallons liquid or 50 pounds solid per household per season.
Right,
Residents must pay for quantities that exceed for that.
Right.
that's new. Because we voted on it at our last meeting. That didn't exist when he went in and dropped all that stuff. And it was because of him coming in and doing that we discussed the fact that we did not have a policy that limited what people could bring in. But we've never had anybody abuse it.
So what was in place? So what was in place prior to this?
Prior to that, it didn't. It just said what you could bring in, and you don't have to specify what you're bringing. They look at it that day, but it did not limit what people could bring in. We just voted on that at the last meeting. That's all they would be.
I mean, I'm appreciative, obviously, of the volunteers and people that are, doing programs like this, but at the same time, that doesn't just put us on the hook because someone didn't
Pay attention.
pay attention or do the job
But
correctly.
there was nothing in place to say she could refuse to accept what he was bringing.
I find that hard to believe.
You mean how?
If I had really fertilizer cost that much of a river, I'd put it in the back of my car and take it.
So,
Well, she said if they had known the guy was trying to get rid of fertilizer, they would have told him different places that he could have taken it,
Yeah.
where it could have been used by somebody.
Yeah.
But people don't specify what they're.
so this is, but I mean, this isn't even broken down into, so how many, 39 disposal full load.
Okay, it tells you a full load is either 25 pounds, is it 25 gallons of liquid or 50 pounds? So and it
So
can be
these are-
mixed up.
So what are, so disposal full load 56, disposal full load 39.
That's because there were 3 and whatever the charge is.
Yep.
So there were 3 cars that came through that had full loads, the equivalent of a full load.
Yep.
There was one that had disposal that was a half load, 39 full loads.
Mhm.
If
So how do we know
Oh,
how
that's
much-
Trident, that's from Trident.
Yeah, that's the invoice from Trident.
Right.
That's who charges us. Yeah.
So how do we know how many loads that this individual did? Like, they don't have proof of,
Oh, it's not broken down into.
it's not broken down like
No,
this license plate number of
Trident
this?
wouldn't know. Trident wouldn't know
But
because
who would?
the registration is done through South Shore Recycling through.
I'm looking for the billing summary. Was that in Hanover? Yes, it was Hanover.
That was Hanover because I went to that.
Here,
one.
I have,
May 3rd.
let me see if I can print
Yeah.
this. Hold on.
That was a Saturday.
I hope that's printed out here. They're printed in the office.
I mean, if it's documented to the extent that it was license plate 1234 that went through 16 times or whatever, and it's documented to that extent, I'd feel more comfortable about it, but to just have,
I can have
know, a total
I
number
can
of
have Claire come to the meeting, or I can have the girl that actually was there that day that works
Mhm.
come to the meeting and explain exactly.
So,
What her name is.
this is the breakdown. It's, South Shore Recycling sent.
Because they gave me his name and address. And the girl knew because she had spoken to him, and he was adamant.
but, like, this is what I'm confused with, like, so do they have records of the 16 total cars that went that day?
Yeah, you have to be on the registration list.
So can we get a copy of that registration list?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're asking a lot for out of us to pay this, and I really need to be able to justify that in order to agree with paying that.
And it's Trident that we're paying, not South Shore Recycling.
No, right, it's Trident, because
Because,
Trident
I mean,
does the
I'm
pickup.
looking
But
at,
they've already picked
I
it
mean,
up.
I'm looking at some of these other cars, right? So Abington,
Yep.
14 total cars, they're $715, right?
It depends, that's cars, but then you have to look at the load equivalent for each one of those cars. So out of these cars that you see there for that
Yeah.
town, how many were half loads, how many were full loads, And she told me what the cost was for a half load, I just don't
Yeah,
know
it's
what
on
it
here.
is.
The half load's like 33 or 23 for a quarter, 33 for a half, and it looks like a full is 56.
Okay, 56.
And then they got it broken down as to, what's considered a half or full load, but. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily right that our number's high because someone abused the privilege of it
One person, right.
and we're expected to pay for it. You know, if we were there or someone came into our transfer station and one of our employees wasn't doing a thorough job, and it's on us. But for where we're paying a program or a company to run it, social recycling to run this program, a fee.
That's what we're paying them
I
for.
mean, that's
to police it.
It realistically is on them. And just because some of the other towns have, paid for mistakes like that doesn't necessarily mean that we should agree that we have to.
Then, and I would wonder if then Hanson would be excluded from previous. Because somebody's gonna have to pay Trident. And if Trident's not gonna be paid, then do we continue, would they continue to accept disposable
So
stuff from
so
Hanson?
no billing goes through social recycling.
No.
They just,
So
Trident sends that bill to us directly.
they
that-
just host the
Yep.
event, and then
They pick up everything and they total it and they send it out by town. It doesn't come to South Shore.
and they get their numbers of what to bill through social recycling.
They do it with somebody on site working with the person who has the appointment calendar.
So there's someone from Trident there on site.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of people trying on site, all the people that are collecting,
Yep.
and when you get in line, there's a person from Trident, and then the person from Social Recycling, and they are there together doing, putting people through the line, and making
So
sure
how
that
did
the
they
numbers.
I don't understand how they put the same person through 3 times.
She said she talked to him,
I don't get that.
that's not on Trident. And it was relatively busy when I was there. I mean, I stayed in line. I'm trying
So
to
can we
figure
get a
out.
breakdown of this May 3rd date as far as the 16 vehicles and the license plate numbers?
I think
I mean, just because-
I don't know as part of the registration
Hmm?
if the plate numbers are there, but you definitely have the person's name and address. I
This
just
is all-
don't
This is the
remember.
only information we get.
Well, I mean, they can't be expecting us to ask for reimbursement from a
Right.
resident if we don't have any
Yeah.
documentation of it.
I can't find where she sent me
2362.
the girl's
Okay.
name.
What is that?
What would be deducted?
I'd have to reach out to her and find out what she sent it to me. A note about it. Oh, Sarah.
23, there was one up.
So,
2362 divided by 16. That's like $393 per car.
so this is wrong.
Oh, it says here that
So
she
take-
did question him
16
heavily
Mhm.
and confirmed that it was from his home. And I know because we didn't have a written policy
18, I
about
can't see 'cause
a
I-
restriction. She didn't stop him
So
from coming.
18 is, so
Um,
subtract this from that, what do you have?
Subtract what from what?
This?
But I have his name,
What's this?
email,
Yeah, 1,000.
and his
The
address.
1153?
Except from that.
And there's another number, but I have no idea what that
1153
is.
from 2362.
This is
It's
just,
1209.
I'd have to reach out to her and find out. And what is it you said you wanted?
so.
The registrations for the Hanson people?
I mean, I'd just like to see this added up, like, okay, so the 39 disposal full loads, right?
Yep.
Where did those come from? So if we had 16 cars, what were the 16 residents there and what did they dispose of?
What do you think?
I'm sorry, say again?
No, he's talking to me.
Okay.
He was asking if we
Yeah,
could get a
so-
list
so
of the,
Do we have a breakdown of
16
the 16 cars that
residents.
attended this recycling event and what they brought?
and they're only
Yeah,
gonna put
because
loads.
if you take 16 and divide it into the 2362, that's $363 per car.
But
Right.
but
Well,
his
what-
was like 15, 100.
But what I'm getting at is, so you might see that 15 of these cars were a very small amount, and then one car is
It's
an
that's
extreme.
right.
Like
Right.
that's what I'm trying to see on paper, but
Right.
this invoice
That-
is kind of like the
that-
honor system invoicing.
They
This
don't,
is-
they would not have that information. Trident is
Right.
only paying attention to what they collect.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if we can
I
get
can ask
if
that
we can get a
that
breakdown of
information.
the 16 cars that attended the event, which they had to register and show proof of residency to
Yep.
be able to attend, and then if we can get a breakdown of what the vehicles brought.
I know that they're gonna be able to tell you the load. I don't know if they'll be able to tell you exactly.
Mm.
Like I know what I brought probably was considered a half load.
Yeah.
And I'd be lucky
But I think
to
what
remember.
Kevin's saying, which I'm trying to figure out with Teresa, so you had 16 cars here.
But no,
Those are
she
town,
gave me a
right?
number. She told me it was like $1,500 the equivalent. Do 56 times
We took with this guy.
75. No, wait a minute.
56 times 75,
No. Yeah.
that's 4,200.
What was it? Because it's you said it's 56 for a full load,
Something like that.
and I believe he did 75. I'd have to
75,
call her.
75 pounds?
Pounds.
I mean,
I thought you said it was over 100 pounds.
I don't remember.
Bill.
either way, I think.
I'd have to find out.
No, that's the bill right there,
Yeah, I
2362.
can't see that.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be open after the meeting?
Yes.
You want, about how long?
No. Why don't you just
Few more
write it
minutes?
back and leave it to me? I can bring it. Oh, you don't have a meeting tonight. do you?
We're just wrapping up.
Yeah.
Okay, no rush, I just didn't know if I should make that decision. Thank you.
Yeah, just have a
She
seat,
took
we'll
this.
see. Yeah, I can get that
She
information
took this.
from Sarah or from Claire.
It's
They'll be able to tell
63.
us by car how many loads. We're gonna half load, and they'll have his
No, I know.
information.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally get that.
Because like
Yeah,
I said, I have his name.
If we can get a breakdown, I mean,
I still
That
think
we
we
can
should
look
reach
at.
out to him once we get the information.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's our first step, is we need the information before we can even ask someone any questions, and this
Yeah.
invoice is not.
Because,
Proper
yeah,
information.
that's from Trident, that's
No,
not
right,
from-
right, but
yeah.
I'm just saying that doesn't give us enough information to even
No.
ask a question to a resident.
Right.
So,
Like what I'm saying, less what this guy brought in,
Yeah.
which is the actual bill, less what this.
Well, yeah, because at our last meeting is when we set the parameters for what each person can bring in so that they won't bring in exorbitant amounts. And what he brought in, Sarah talked to him more than once when he was coming through and they had a discussion, but I would have to talk to her to find out exactly what was said. But he knew that what he was bringing in was excessive. And so I think for the stuff that's over that certain amount, over the one load, if he had 4 loads, he should pay for 3. See, in the past, we also had people from the town that were there, so there would be a volunteer from the town, and then there would be a paid person who supervises. And now, we have, I think, just a paid person. So the person from Hanson would have been there and would have been able to say,
Right.
you can't do this.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And then we're gonna need to figure out what we're gonna do about further ones.
So that company Trident, they have nothing to do with checking registration.
They come up
No, that's
just to collect
South Shore
the
Recycling.
material.
Okay.
You have to go online and register.
Yep.
And you don't even get the address to where it is until you register.
Yep.
And that's Sarah, who supervises the actual event. Can you put on next month's meeting
Mm-hmm.
us discussing the hobby contract?
Mm-hmm.
Did Claire send you a message?
I sent her everything today.
Okay.
She sent it to me. I think I was out and I was way too busy yesterday to do it. So
Okay.
I sent her
Sugar.
like bills from a couple months ago.
Yes. I wanted to show this. Take a look at that.
that from? South Shore?
Claire. So she was, I don't know why she was looking at Harvey.
I have no idea. She just sent me an email. It was while I was out, so it must have been Thursday or Friday.
They overcharged us $3,700 last year because we're paying the highest rate per ton than any of the other 17 towns that are in South Shore Recycling.
Why?
Because we don't have a contract with them.
Yeah, I don't know what precipitated her email.
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
She emailed her and said, "Can you send me a bill?" And then said, "You know, why are you paying 108 or 120 a ton when the next town that's anywhere close is like 80?" So we need to talk about that. And that's been, yeah.
Okay.
We would have no way of knowing that other towns were paying less, a lot less. But she said last year it would have totaled up to $3,700. No, 37,000.
I don't know. She didn't-
$37,000.
Maybe she sent that to me. I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, no, she said that's the equivalent of
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that.
that we overpaid.
Okay.
So we can look at, and by then she will have gone through.
Yeah, she asked for a copy of the contract, so I sent her.
I don't
The
think
most-
we have one.
No, we don't. It expired in 2024. I think it's
Yeah.
like March of 2024, maybe. Okay.
Here's another one. Was that it on our agenda? Oh, no. No. You wanna move on to this report?
Yeah, Gil, you wanna do your agent report, and then we'll,
So we've already talked about this transfer station thing. So, so basically, what's really hot, we have a migrating rodent situation happening in town, which happens every year. We haven't had one like this since COVID hit. We've got everything coming through town, and one of the places that's really shown up is Shaw's, behind Shaw's. The rear Shaw's, they have a produce dumpster. That's, so they dump all the produce and it goes to a farm or something like that. And the barrier wall that stops from coming out was kind of worn up. So I've met with Shaw's and discussed that with them. They cleaned that up and everything. And talking to the Dollar Tree also, you know, trying to control the dumpsters and what takes place in the dumpsters. I've had a talk with them, and also the property owners, North Star Realty. There's been numerous bags of trash on the loading dock out back, and I asked where is it coming from, and apparently the trash has gotten so bad over there, they've had the landscape company bag everything up, and it goes down the back loading dock, and then they have a trash truck come in and take it off. So trying to get that all under control. Shaw, this, you know, when that produce dump overfills and it ends out on the ground, and the animals take it out, and they have to clean it all up and get that squared away. And also, the rodent control company on the back side of that, told them last week to have them come back and redo their whole program on rodent control because, you know, things are moving around. We have, you know, you got squirrels, you got possum, you got fisher cats, you got raccoons and, you know, mice. So everything's on the move here for the next month or so because of, you know, everything's getting kicked out of the nest, and so that's one issue.
is this an issue that we're talking about with rodents, or is this an issue we're talking about with lack of cleanliness and organization?
It's rodents. The rodents are coming, and the
No,
problem is,
but like with the dumpsters and the trash and stuff, it sounds like this is an ongoing issue that you've had before with Dollar Tree, you've had with Shaw's,
Yeah.
and with the backloading dock and the
So
dumpster.
is it a matter of them needing to up their pickups?
what it is also, Dollar Tree, they've got two recycling boxes for cardboard.
Yeah.
They've got to do a better job of doing it. The food's supposed to be separated. All the food products are supposed to go back to.
Right, but their
Dollar Tree.
logistics is not our problem.
Yeah.
No.
So have you been writing citations and fines to these people?
No
Why?
citations because, you know, we're trying to correct the situation.
Right,
Shaw's
but
is
you've
good
tried to
manager.
correct this, like
Yeah.
you spent plenty of time down there with these people, with their managers, and they clearly don't seem to get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, along with having to go down there, we should be writing citations or tickets to these or fines, whatever is within our jurisdiction, because it seems like it's just continually ongoing with these locations.
Yeah. So I've discussed this with North Star Realty, that owns the property, and they're discussing it with the land, with the renters and stuff, the leases and stuff. So I think it's pretty cleaned up now. You know, Shaw's has really addressed it, and North Star is really pushing everybody, the tenants, to take care of it, because we got, and pretty soon, another couple of months, probably 3 or 4 months, Planet Fitness would be open now. And so we want all this under control, so I think we got a good handle on it now. But, you know,
Right, but-
sometimes I will follow up more, and if it doesn't improve, especially on the produce dumpster, if it gets taken out by the rodents and stuff, you know, that's gonna that'll become an issue, because they hear it, and, you know, we did it during COVID, checked all the dumpsters throughout towns, throughout the food products, and there's a way to control them. I mean, we have good control in the town of Hanson. We've had it back in COVID, we get good control now, so. But, so that's an issue there. This is, you know, just updating you on this and that.
But their sloppiness and lack of management with their dumpsters, though, is not our job and our responsibility. And if they're not doing the correct thing, then I would have no issue with issuing them a citation or issuing them a fine, because I think that's what needs to be done with some of these places. You know, it doesn't seem like they really get it.
Yeah.
So
They're not making a change.
they're not in compliance, and they continue to be out of compliance with certain issues. I think that's how you need to also address those items.
I think Shaw's just depends on North Star. North Star, of course, never, local offices don't anymore in New York now, but there's very good communication with North Star. You know, we have a good representative with him, so. Because, you know, trying to get the Planet Fitness in, which is, you know, that's progressing, and so it's gonna be a good thing for the town. You know, it's
So
gonna.
who's responsible for the trash? Shaw's or the company that owns it?
Shaw's is responsible.
So it's on them. They never follow the rules anyway.
The
So
company,
they should get fined.
the company North Star Realty, the landscapers are clearing up a lot of trash. Someone dumped trash there last weekend, so.
But that's residents
taking
doing
care.
that, because they know they can get in there.
So North Star really has the landscape company cleaning up all that stuff there that gets dumped.
But Shaw's is the one that needs to get their act together, and
Shaw's
if it's
that one
pick
produce
up twice a
dumpster.
week, it's pick up twice a week. It's not,
So,
every time you have to go out and inspect, we should be paid.
Yeah, we've had this discussion before.
So moving on, so the Tracy White's project, that's going for the zoning board again. They revised the plans.
That's for you.
So that's gonna be,
What's the address on that?
You don't use it.
Tracy White,
1482, not
1482 Main? All right.
So that's gonna be 8 buildings, and they're presenting the whole project to the zoning board of appeals. So looking over the plans, it looks like the 4 buildings in the front and possibly 4 to 5 in the back. It's quite a big project. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be like maybe 6 septic systems, and it's in review. They hired a review engineer for the zoning board, which I'll have discussions with him. He's a pretty good guy, Pat Brennan, as far as, you know, density and all that stuff. So eventually, some point in time, once the permits start coming through for that and going out to our review engineers, it gets pretty complicated, because there's also stormwater management, and there's underground control, stormwater control. And they presented that
Thank you.
study to zoning board. It's like 600 pages, so I know conservation is studying this real hard, but at some point in time, we'll have to really take a look at it. The original plan and everything is 35 pages for the buildings and systems and stuff, so that's what's coming up.
Thank you.
Stonebridge condos, they've started their septic system rebuilding the treatment plant, the groundwater discharge thing, and that's done by the state, nothing to do with us.
Thank you.
Friday night, we had a house fire on Gray Lane, the group home there, not much damage. We were out there Friday night, checking the people at this place, so making sure, because we're at the group home. Had certain people had to go certain places, so we were out there. It was quite a few people. It was crazy, but Hanson Fire did a good job. It was just an issue that brought us out at night. Depot Village, I'm still having an apartment issue there, but that's pretty much under control, I believe. Nothing has become of that anymore. I'm trying to, give a complete breakdown of what's been happening, because we're having a lot of issues, a lot of complaints, a lot of things happening. We got, issue with, Cranberry Cove, Camp Pawnee. I've met with Lisa again this morning. The Cove has been told not to open yet until, they get together. They've never informed the selectmen, and they haven't done their training and everything, so the Cove cannot open until that's completed. Fire department and the board of selectmen say, okay, they can open.
You talk about the swimming lessons?
Yeah.
Is it an outside person that still does that now?
Well,
They hire somebody. Yeah.
What's her name? She's got the,
Cameron Hickey, Margaret
yes,
Cameron.
yeah, I knew she had a hyphenated last name, but she did all the training. I thought, someone told me that Camp Pawnee was all set. I don't know. She did,
no.
last year I thought she made sure that everybody was trained. All the lifeguards, everybody
it's
was
not,
hired.
it's not done. The fire department's doing it, and Lisa is working on it.
It's
again.
different people every year too, I
Yeah,
think.
it's different
It is,
people.
it is. When do they do to open?
They're trying to open the 15th, but Robbie and I went down there, and they changed to 17th.
Isn't that today?
Possibly.
But now it's been closed until further notice.
All right.
Until
And
fire
because
department.
she has to have trained people there.
Fire department and training and the board of selectmen. The board of selectmen were never notified. So that kind of turned into a big issue. So, I mean, just trying to update everybody. Main Street, we finally, 1057 finally got the court decision on that. All those people at 1057 have to vacate for the next week.
And he has to sell the building. Did they give him a time, man, do you know?
This
The
the
one that
court
died
order.
of a giant pain. He's down by the train station.
Yeah, no, I know.
The building's been for sale for months,
So the court order.
months.
But the court ordered.
Yeah.
Because he drags things out. He's been dragging
They-
stuff out for like
The
10 years.
court ordered him to sell the
To
building.
sell, because he had all
The
this
court ordered
violations.
him to vacate.
Major violations. Major violations. Health, fire, there were major violations.
Vacate the entire building?
Everybody has to go.
So
It has to board it, well, it has to be boarded up.
that's another decision that's going to change. I think the selectmen are going to discuss that. They might be fenced in. So that's, a project that's, there's a different things. There's things happening. We get calls every day, and some of the things I handle, probably 6, 8, 10 times a day. There's a different subject, and it's hard to, document it all and then report to the board also, because, it gets monotonous at times, but I think the biggest project coming up is Tracy Weiss. I'll Kevin want to look at it. Like I said, it's 35 pages. It's going to be pretty intense once he does that, because, and I've had discussions. I had discussions today with Liberty Pizza. I'm going over there tomorrow. We're going to look at the situation of the dumpster and the grease collection system they have there. The barrels being used for grease, which he felt they should have switched over his system of baked commodities, the dumpster. So, also, we have this inspectional service task force that we meet all the time, and it's kind of working out really well because we're capturing the growth that was never captured before. People doing permits, people that don't do permits are now doing permits. The building inspector, the building commissioner, and he's out there between myself, him, the fire department. We collaborate, work together. We find someone not doing something, not filing permits, we're capturing it, and it has helped with the growth in the town. So we've had 62% growth. We've probably only captured 30% of it. So that's what we're trying to do now. So that's it in a nutshell. I mean, I think it's important for the board, like talking to the building inspector. Some of these things we're taking pictures and documenting things better. So maybe the board sometime, we have a subject to talk about. We'll have documentation and pictures of what's happening. Some of these things. So.
You have anything else, Arlene?
Nope, I'm writing down my notes for the things for next month.
All right, so have a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion that we adjourn.
Okay, I'll second that. Okay.